She has to go in next week for him to look at her left eye, see how it's doing, so they know how to figure out how to set the right eye.
Yeah.
But right now, she's still, it's not as traumatic as it was yesterday.
Yeah.
It's getting better. She can see out of it, but she's still not impressed. But she's putting drops in it.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a little while.
It will be for a month.
Yeah.
And then when she gets done with when she goes in for the second eye, she'll still be putting drops in the left eye. So then you got to have your charts, so you can figure out which one is what.
Yeah.
Because they back you off the steroids slowly.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, it seems to be working. I don't think she's very impressed yet.
Well, it's still too early. We just had it done yesterday.
But they took her lens out, so she can see through the glasses with her right eye, without the glasses with her left eye. They probably set it so she's got not too bad a vision up close. And they got the lenses that fixes stigmatism, so that whatever stigmatism in that eye should be fixed. $1,300 later, if she would have went for the full eye, would have been $2,400 per eye, and might have been a good choice. But sometimes you can have halos and stuff at night with that. Sometimes it's a problem. Some of the truck drivers said they got used to it and it wasn't a problem. Other folks said they didn't like it. So she decided to go with that one. I said you can go with whichever one you want, whatever you're happy with, whatever the doctor agrees with. I think he was pushing for the higher quality, give you more range of vision.
Yeah. But
she didn't necessarily want to do that. So hers will be sort of like mine, only probably better. But so far, she's not impressed. I said, you just read the paper without glass on that side. Think about that.
Yeah.
I said, can you read the thermometer on the wall with your left eye? Yeah.
Couldn't do that before, huh?
That's my point. I thought both of my eyes would be set to eagle vision. I didn't realize to have the ability to see in depth, you have to have different focals.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
And we'd all love to have 0-20 vision or something.
Yeah.
We'd all love to have that.
And everything else all the way up into here as well.
Oh yeah, we also want to be able to read, the newspaper without having to put it between your toes.
Yeah. Well, I can, depending how long it is, I can do okay without the glasses. But I've had to do it for a while. It's just easier to go with the glasses. But can I make it without the glasses? Yeah.
No way without the glasses. Well, if I'm laying in bed, yeah, sure, yeah, fine, yeah. As long as it's within about, my pillow. Anything beyond that, not clarity-wise. I mean, even my tablet sitting on my bed, if it's anything, it's fine for watching maybe a video clip or something, but if you're looking at anything in detail, nope. But the glasses on, though, I'm good.
Drove right by Hardee's.
Don't worry about it. Well, there's another Hardee's. So.
I know, but I wanted to go for breakfast. That's okay. Title was supposed to go to Bavera Bank, but the state's being slow on titles and registrations. So
doesn't surprise me.
When the bank gets it, they're going to send it to me, and then I've got to take it over to this bank, and they have to have the
thought my ankle was doing really good. I didn't have pain for a couple days, and all of a sudden, starting yesterday, it just was hurting.
Okay.
I mean, enough where I had to take ibuprofen last night, and then took another one this morning. I was like, dang. I don't really like taking that stuff too much. When it's just throbbing, and you're like, yeah. Well, no, it wasn't necessarily like pain. It was more like pressure and throbbing.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was massively hurting, but it was pain. It was like pressure and throbbing.
Looks like they'll be coming back
probably like
in
inflammation
to redo some this lane issues here too. Especially up there. Driving along and somebody started to come in from this side, and this big thing come across the front of the thing in the Honda. Says, "Brake!" I went, "Why?" Well, this guy's next to you, man.
Too close within a certain range of the
computer didn't like it.
Yeah.
I went, "Oh, I'm good." Section where they'll be taking up this other section. Other sections of town do need some work.
It's all high. It's a major highway, and blah blah blah. Everything
the
else.
feds and the state is both paying for it. So.
friend who's just turned 30. He's got gout.
Yeah, well, that might be diet.
Like, whoa.
That might be diet to some degree.
He's in better shape than I am, huh?
Yeah, it might be diet. that later. At least it was overcast yesterday when Mom came out of surgery. But they fly the whole surgical staff over this morning over to Devil's Lake to do it again. That's gotta cost some money.
They took out the lens. They put a lens back in.
Different man-made lens.
How does that like reseal?
You've got the eye, right? Okay, and you got kind of a bow on the top of it, right? And the lens fits in there, right? So they come in from the side to make a slice in the side. They do put things on the eye and stretch it all around. And if this is the end of the eye, they go in like about here, and they slice into that very carefully, open that up, and then they use ultrasound to break up the current lens. And they suck it out. Then they take a lens, it's rolled up, and they slip it in, and it unrolls inside, and then they have like notches on it that you can adjust, placing that in the right spot. And some of them had dots on them, and where you oriented the dot was the amount of stigmatism you were compensating for. And that, so that's all, and that's the very little I know about. But they put it back together like that, and they pack that your eye full of stuff. And taped it all up and everything. And in my case, they waited till the next day to take the tape off. But Mom got out of there at 11, and by about, our appointment was 1:30. I'd say by 2 o'clock, they'd pulled that off and checked her eye, dilated the heck out of her eye again, and went back in there and checked everything, and turned around and put that plastic cap back on it. And instead of the taped up eye, like in my case, I had to wear the bandage for 24 hours, but maybe I had more wrong with my eye, or I don't know, or maybe they don't do it that way anymore. But one of the guys I know from church, from group, he had his done, and he had the plastic thing too. And Mom came home with that plastic thing where she could sort of see out of that eye. Of course, the eye has been traumatized.
Can't imagine why.
And so they've got her on steroids and something else to help clean that up. Make it happy. And it takes,
I would think it'd be really itchy.
Oh yeah.
And of course, your natural reaction is to rub your eye.
Well, that's why you
can't do it.
That's why you put the plastic thing over your eye, tape it on at night, so you won't, in your sleep, rub your eye. Because it does get itchy sometimes. They said just take some Tylenol. But she had, when she first was coming, after she came out of anesthesia and that, had some crackers and some pudding and some water. And then they said you might feel a little nauseous and that, so I went and got the burgers and that yesterday, and we had those, and then she did feel a little nauseous after that. But it worked out pretty slick, and I'm assuming it's going to be 2030 or 2040, somewhere in that ballpark, which gives her that intermediate and somewhat close range. And then in a week or two, when it settles down, they'll get a reading on that, and that tells them what they have to do to set the eye on the other side. Since these are not to see everything lenses, this is focused like that. Okay. And the combination of the two, well, you see what I can do with that glasses. Do pretty good. Now, I'm hoping she's going to be right in that same area or better. Once it sets and it's happy, now if her body does like mine does, it starts trying to wall it off, then she's got to go in and have them shoot the green laser beams in your eye, which is kind of scary at first, but then you get used to it, and then they polish it. And you can laser do things with the new lens. They did, so that worked pretty cool. But I was like, do what? So we'll see how it goes. But they said usually once decides it's happy where it's at. Doesn't move around. It sets up good. And she's not supposed to lift anything heavy for a week.
Yeah.
And then not to bend over and lift anything.
Yeah.
After that, though, now your eye's still going to be on drops of different types for a month probably. And then at one point she'll be putting drops in both her eyes. She's doing that somewhat now, but they're different types of drops. So it becomes complicated trying to remember when you're supposed to take it and which one you're supposed to use.
Yeah.
But that's why they give me a chart. And at some point there'll be one for the left eye and one for the right eye. It just depends on where you're at with it. She might wear the big sunglasses for a while, so kind of protect that eye. But at some point, when the eyes get stable, both of them, then what they'll do is they'll test them again, and then they'll send off a prescription so that she will have, say this is 20/40 on the left eye.
Yeah.
It'll let you see in the distance with the glasses 20/20, and no stigmatism because it's been corrected. And then the right eye will be set for 20/20, 20/10, whatever. And then you get the tint in there and everything else, so you will be able to be fully functioning and legal to drive without glasses.
Yeah.
But, well, it's a pretty big deal, I think.
Yep.
The day I drove off, I forgot my glasses. I forgot my glasses on. Oh, wow. So what?
Oh, this stuff says in your driver's license you must have corrected lenses.
No, I had to go back in and get that. They actually tested me, and I passed all the eye tests there, so I don't have to have corrected lenses either. Which in a heavy rain is kind of nice. You can get by without wearing glasses. As opposed to trying to keep your lenses clean and dry in a rain. Not such a fun thing. But, like the doctor told her, you were looking through a cataract, so whatever you were seeing wasn't very good. So eventually that eye will be better than it was. Once they get that happy, but your mom's kind of interesting because she's right-handed but left eye dominant. Normally left eye dominant those with left-handers.
Yeah.
But she's a right-hander. So they said it like they treated it like the non-dominant eye.
And my eyes are crazy.
Yes. Yours would be a different game. I didn't realize they both had to be set to slightly different settings to get the desired effect. I was like, really? I expected to get laser or eagle vision in both eyes. And they said, that's not how it works. I'm like, okay.
Well, by God, they need to get on that.
Well, they're working on some new flexible, light adjustable lenses. They've got several variations, and all of them have pros and cons to them. They're a little bit different. The ones we got, they're good, except at close range, not quite so good. But they only have one, they're at fixed points. Whereas the one above this, the topper liner ones, you've got multiple focal points in there. And I think it's a series of rings, and your eye just picks the one that's appropriate. Your mind does, for whatever range you're looking at. But sometimes you can see halos at night and other things with those. And I was like, I don't really want that. And the other thing was, back then it was $1,500 an eye, and I didn't have an extra $3,000 lying around. Well, now that Uncle Delta paid the bill, I didn't care what they cost because I got that paperwork accepted but not approved yesterday in about an hour or so. Biggest problem was me messing up.
right now. Is the way it's sitting.
But all the smoke coming from diesel truck or something.
Probably.
Something down there blowing smoke.
Recycle there or something.